woke up this morning and the first thing you felt, before you even opened your eyes fully, was your tongue stuck to the roof of your mouth, completely dry, nothing to swallow, like your mouth had forgotten how to be a mouth. And you reached for that glass of water on your nightstand, took a sip and thought, that's just how mornings are now. I need you to stop right there, because that thought, that quiet, resigned thought, may be the most dangerous one you've had all week. Stay with me. What I'm about to share could genuinely change the next chapter of your life. My name is Don Neighbors, and I've spent years working with adults just like you, people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, who came to me not because they were dramatically sick, but because something small had been bothering them for a long time. Something they kept pushing to the back of their mind. And I can tell you, after all those conversations, the symptom that gets ignored the most, the one that costs people the most, is this one: waking up with a dry mouth. Now, before you click away, I want you to hear me clearly. I'm not here to scare you. I am here to respect you enough to tell you the truth, because you deserve more than a 10-minute doctor's appointment where nobody asks the right questions. So let's talk, just you and me. I want to tell you about a woman I'll call Dorothy. She was 73, a grandmother of 5, the kind of woman who made Sunday dinner for whoever showed up, family, neighbors, the mail carrier if he was running late. Dorothy had been waking up with a dry mouth for almost 2 years. She mentioned it once to her daughter, Carol. Carol said, "Mama, just drink more water." So Dorothy drank more water, and every morning, still dry. Still that sandpaper feeling. She didn't mention it to her doctor because she didn't want to waste his time. She was already on medications for blood pressure and cholesterol, and a little something for her bladder. She figured the dry mouth was just part of the package. Then one afternoon, Carol got a call. Dorothy had been found on the kitchen floor. She hadn't fallen. She was conscious, but she was confused. Couldn't remember what day it was. Couldn't tell Carol what she'd eaten for breakfast. At the hospital, the blood work told a story nobody had been reading. Dorothy had an undetected kidney issue that had been quietly worsening for over a year. Her body had been leaving clues the entire time. Her dry mouth wasn't random. It was her body whispering, then talking, then shouting, in the only language she could hear. Dorothy recovered, but she sat in that hospital bed and said something I will never forget. She said, "I thought dry mouth was just what old felt like. Nobody ever told me it could mean something." You are not Dorothy. You are watching this video, and that means you still have time. Why dry mouth is serious. So let me explain what's actually happening in your body when your mouth is dry. And I promise to speak like a human being, not a textbook. Your saliva is not just spit. I know that sounds funny, but I mean it seriously. Saliva is one of the most powerful protective systems your body produces. It contains natural antimicrobials that fight bacteria 24 hours a day. It kickstarts your digestion before food even reaches your stomach. It coats your throat like a shield every time you swallow. And while you sleep, every single night, it quietly neutralizes bacteria that would otherwise travel from your mouth down into your lungs. When that saliva is gone, that protection is gone. Here's what happens instead. The bacteria that normally live peacefully in your mouth, kept in check by saliva, begin to multiply and grow aggressive. They enter tiny breaks in your gum tissue and travel into your bloodstream. Research has directly linked this to increased risk of heart complications, worsening diabetes, cognitive decline, and a dangerous lung condition called aspiration pneumonia, where bacteria silently accumulate in the lungs over months of sleep. That's what happened to Dorothy. That's what happens to hundreds of thousands of seniors every year, not because they were unlucky, but because a symptom nobody took seriously went unanswered for too long. Now here's the part that genuinely upsets me, and I say this with real feeling. Over 500 commonly prescribed medications list dry mouth as a side effect. Blood pressure pills, antidepressants, antihistamines, water pills, bladder medications, sleep aids. When a person takes 3 or more of these together, which describes millions of seniors in this country, the drying effect doesn't just add up. Research suggests it can multiply. 3 medications don't cause 3 times the problem. They may cause 6 or 7 times the salivary suppression. And almost no one tells you this at the pharmacy counter. So if you are on multiple medications and you wake up with a dry mouth, I want you to write something down right now. Are you near a pen? Write this. I want a medication review for combined drying effects. That phrase, said to your doctor or pharmacist, will change your next appointment, I promise you. Real quick, if you're watching this and you take 3 or more medications every day, type the word Dorothy in the comments below. You'll see how many people are sitting where you're sitting right now. You are not alone in this, and you don't have to figure it out alone. The 7 warning signals. Now I want to give you something practical. 7 signs that your dry mouth may be pointing to something specific, something your doctor needs to know about. Keep this list. Write it down if you need to. Share it with whoever takes care of you or whoever you take care of. Signal 1. Your breath smells metallic or chemical in the morning, not just stale. That chemical smell combined with dry mouth can be a kidney function warning. Ask your doctor for a kidney function blood test. Signal 2. Your saliva feels thick, ropey, or foamy rather than absent. This is different from simple dryness. Altered saliva like this can be an early sign of an autoimmune condition like Sjogren's syndrome, lupus, or rheumatoid arthritis. Ask for autoimmune screening. Signal 3. Your mouth is fine during the day, but mornings are severe. This nighttime-only pattern is a direct sign of sleep apnea. Your airway is collapsing during sleep, forcing you to breathe through your mouth for hours. Ask your doctor about a sleep study. Signal 4. Dry mouth combined with needing to urinate frequently at night. This combination is a classic early diabetes signal. High blood sugar pulls water from every tissue in your body, including your salivary glands, while driving up urinary output. Ask for a fasting glucose test. Signal 5. Dry mouth combined with dry, gritty, or burning eyes. This pairing is the hallmark presentation of Sjogren's syndrome, which affects an estimated 1 in 70 women over 60 and is dramatically underdiagnosed. It is treatable, but if missed, it can progress to affect the kidneys, lungs, and nervous system. Signal 6. Dry mouth combined with leg cramps or foot cramps, especially at night. This flags a serious electrolyte imbalance, low sodium, potassium, or magnesium. If you take water pills, this combination is urgent. An electrolyte crisis combined with dry mouth can trigger dangerous heart rhythm problems. Call your doctor this week, not next month. Signal 7. Your dry mouth started within 3 months of a new medication. This is your body telling you something specific. The 90-day window is when medication-related salivary suppression fully takes hold. Don't wait for your next scheduled appointment. Call and ask for a review now. You have just received more information about dry mouth than most people get in a decade of doctor visits. Please don't let it just wash over you. Practical steps. Here is what you can do starting today. Simple, real, no special equipment. Step 1. The morning check. Before you drink anything tomorrow morning, spend 60 seconds paying attention. Is saliva present? Does it feel normal or thick? Any unusual smell? Can you swallow without water? This daily check gives your doctor real information instead of vague complaints. Step 2. The medication list. Write down every single medication you take, prescription and over-the-counter. Then at your next appointment, say these words. I'd like to discuss whether any of my medications are contributing to dry mouth and whether a medication review makes sense. Specific language gets specific answers. Step 3. Water alone won't fix it. I know this surprises people, but dry mouth is not a thirst problem. It's a glandular function problem. Your salivary glands need electrolytes, sodium, potassium, and bicarbonate, to produce saliva. Plain water can actually dilute those further. Small sips throughout the day, combined with foods rich in electrolytes, work far better than gulping a glass at bedtime. Step 4. Protect yourself at night. Elevate the head of your bed slightly using bed risers, not extra pillows which strain your neck. Run a cool mist humidifier in your bedroom. Before sleep, use a xylitol-based mouth rinse. Never one with alcohol, which makes dryness worse. Step 5. Stimulate saliva naturally. Xylitol gum after meals. A small piece of sour, sugar-free candy before bed activates the glands in the floor of your mouth. Crunchy raw vegetables, carrots, celery with meals. These are proven, simple, and cost almost nothing. Step 6. Know the emergency signs. If you have dry mouth and difficulty breathing, go to the emergency room now. White patches inside your mouth. Call your doctor today. Dry mouth with sudden confusion or weakness. Call emergency services. Dry mouth with chest pain. Call emergency services. Dry mouth with a fever that came on quickly. Go to urgent care today. These are not wait-and-see situations. I want to end by coming back to Dorothy. After her hospital stay, her daughter Carol spent 2 weeks going through every prescription, talking to the pharmacist, asking the questions that hadn't been asked. 2 medications were reviewed and adjusted. Within 6 weeks, Dorothy's dry mouth was nearly gone. Within 3 months, she was back at that Sunday dinner table, making enough food for whoever showed up. She told Carol, "I spent 2 years thinking my body was failing me. Turns out, it was talking to me the whole time. I just didn't know the language." You know the language now. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Not 10 things, just one. Share this video with one person over 60 in your life. One person. A parent, a neighbor, a friend from church, a sibling. Someone who might be waking up every morning, reaching for that glass of water and thinking, "This is just how it is now." It isn't, and they deserve to know that. If this reached you today, leave me a comment. Tell me one thing you're going to do differently this week. I read every single one. Take care of yourself. You've earned it. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for weekly senior health conversations. Real talk, no fluff.